Columbia, South Carolina, October 30, 2023. Former Police Chief William Bruce Parker, aka the John Wayne of West Columbia, was taken into custody by the U.S. Marshals after pleading guilty to making an interstate threat with the intent to extort victims for the production of pornography and coerced sex acts, and cyberstalking resulting in serious bodily injury. He faces up to 20 years in prison, and will be sentenced next year. The 66-year-old 40-year veteran of law enforcement, former police chief of the town of Pine Ridge, retired Highway Patrol Sergeant, Casey Department of Public Safety Officer, and civil process server for the Richland County Sheriff's Department, who at the time was a South Carolina state constable, admitted to sending a series of threatening emails, texts and voice messages in 2021 and 2022 from spoofed accounts and phone numbers to numerous female victims. His messages demanded his victims produce and send pornographic videos and photographs, or he would harm the victims and their families, including physical and sexual violence directed at his victims and their spouses, children and grandchildren, if they did not comply with his demands. After receiving the demands, victims reached out to Parker for advice and help, given his law enforcement background. Parker lied to the victims about working with law enforcement agencies on investigating the threats, and he instructed the victims to produce and send the pornography. He also falsely promised victims that by responding, police would be able to track the emails and identify the extortionist. Once Parker had the coerced pornography, he then threatened to leak it to obtain more. His threats culminated with demands that the victims engage in sex with him, record the conduct, and send to the extortionist's account. Parker admitted to engaging or attempting to engage in non-consensual sex with these victims by cyberstalking with the intent to extort victims for the production of pornography and coerced sex acts. Parker used his position to coerce women close to him into non-consensual sex, using a phony email account and a burner cell phone. The women sought Parker's advice on the messages, not knowing he was the one sending them. Parker advised them to comply, and send the requested pornography to the extortionist, so that he could get the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division to track the messages, but according to prosecutors he made no attempt to do so. Parker, the mysterious sender of the threatening messages, then demanded the women to film themselves having sex with him, and if they didn't, he said he would send the images they had already sent, to their church, work, family and friends. In one case, Parker told the woman they would fake having sex for the camera, but then he forced himself on her. When she asked him why, he told her they had to make it look real. In the other case, the woman went so far as to appear nude on camera, but when Parker asked to feel her breasts, she declined to keep recording. Suspicious of the situation, the woman then went to the police. At the bond hearing, prosecutors indicated that there is evidence that there are additional victims other than the two that have already come forward. February 25, 2022, the Lexington County Sheriff's Office arrested Parker and charged him with third-degree criminal sexual conduct. In South Carolina, a person is guilty of criminal sexual conduct in the third degree if the actor engages in sexual battery with the victim, or if the actor uses force or coercion to accomplish the sexual battery in the absence of aggravating circumstances. Criminal sexual conduct in the third degree is a felony punishable by imprisonment for not more than 10 years, according to the discretion of a South Carolina criminal court. But as a part of his plea agreement, the U.S. attorneys are recommending that those state charges be dropped. Parker now faces up to 20 years in federal prison. He was ordered detained by a United States magistrate, and taken into custody by the U.S. Marshals pending sentencing. U.S. District Judge Cameron McGowan Currie accepted the guilty plea and will sentence Parker on January 31, 2024 at the Matthew J. Perry Federal Courthouse in Columbia, South Carolina. Parker served as the police chief for the town of Pine Ridge from 2013 to 2018. This small town in Lexington County, South Carolina, parted ways with Parker under questionable circumstances. Parker and the mayor, who was also the police commissioner, disagreed on who was in charge of the day-to-day operations of the police department. March 27, 2018, Police Chief Billy Parker is separated from the employment of the town of Pine Ridge. This is the same police chief seen on the YouTube channel 803 Police Videos, named unlawfully detained at suspicionless DUI checkpoint. In 2013, Chief Parker was caught on camera refusing to identify himself while conducting a DUI checkpoint in Pine Ridge, South Carolina. An officer orders the YouTuber to pull over into secondary after refusing to answer questions. They accuse him of being a sovereign citizen after he questions the legality of the checkpoint. Parker didn't like being asked questions, so he threatens to arrest the man and tow his vehicle if he didn't immediately exit the checkpoint. DUI checkpoints are legal in South Carolina only if the police comply with the Fourth Amendment requirements found in South Carolina and U.S. Supreme Court opinions. South Carolina checkpoints are constitutional only if the primary purpose is to deter drunk driving, and not used as generalized crime control or narcotics detection. The Supreme Court of South Carolina considers DUI checkpoints lawful only when the following factors occur. There is a reasonable basis for the location. A supervisor is present to oversee the operations. The area is well lit, and warns motorists with signs that they are approaching a checkpoint. Vehicles are not stopped randomly. The duration of the stops are brief, and the location is announced publicly.
Checkpoint ahead. You trying to open my door? I'm sorry?
Yeah, roll your window down so I can talk to you.
I can hear you good.
Roll your window down, please.
Am I required by law to?
No, you don't have to.
All right.
Have it towed and you're arrested. If I can't talk to you, then you'll be arrested. There you go. That's all you got to do.
I'm wondering what you're threatening to arrest me for.
I'm going to explain to you. Whose vehicle is this? Have you got any kind of identification with that?
Are you asking me for registration?
I think that's just what I said. Whose vehicle is it? You're required to have by law a registration in the vehicle.
So you want to see my registration? I mean, I don't know why you won't say it. I have it right here.
That's exactly what I said.
All right, well.
You reach it out here.
There you go, man.
Reach my hand in there.
Insurance too?
Yep, that'd be great.
All right. Another cop over here. Looking in my car.
County 870, go ahead.
They think I'm some sort of sovereign citizen. Are you the chief of Pine Ridge?
10-4.
Number of police surrounding me.
County 870. Give me a DO number 0.
You guys stopping everybody that's driving down Fitzhatcher Road tonight? Oh, he's the chief. You're the chief, right? Pine Ridge Chief of Police? He's the Pine Ridge Chief of Police,
You're
right?
not going to answer any of our questions. I'm not going to answer any of yours. I've done what's
fine.
required by law. And once we find out who the registration is, then you're free to go.
You can do
Your
whatever you
license
want to
is
do.
clear.
That's fine. I'm just asking questions. I can ask questions of public servants, right?
Go ahead. And I don't have to answer.
Well, that's your choice.
You have a
We're
good
good to go? Can you guys tell me why I was pulled over here now?
See you later.
You're the
That
chief.
does mean pull off.
I'm leaving.
Hey, Chief, you call a record on this?
I don't think I can leave.
Don't forget to turn your video camera off too.
Off?
Yeah.
See you later.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, The Free Press Report.